on, folks? We're just getting on the road this evening. Time to start heading back home. Tomorrow morning is my son's first day of 2nd grade. So I am heading back home so I can take him to school. I kind of wanted to talk today about a topic that somebody asked me about in the on YouTube, about what's the hardest part of starting more or less a car hauling company. And there's a few different ways you can look at that, as in, oh well, the money. The money's very difficult to have up front, to get your feet wet. Yeah, that can be kind of hard. The paperwork that goes into getting your MC number, your authority, your USDOT number, your IFTA licenses, your apportion plates, all that can be challenging, but all that stuff's, I would say, fairly cut and dry. You can Google a lot of it, and it'll come up and just tell you, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do, which is easy. Then you have, what else is there? Then you have finding customers. That can be challenging. That's probably one of the most challenging ends of starting a trucking company. Is 1, finding customers, 2, finding customers that'll pay you at a decent time, and 3, finding good customers. That's pretty challenging. I'd say it's probably up there in the top 5 or 10, or top 2 or 3 things that are the most challenging. You have the time period that it takes. There's a lot of brokers out there that won't even talk to you until you've had at least 2 years of hauling experience. Your company's 2 years old, so that makes it pretty challenging to get a lot of loads. I would say that's probably one of the least important ends of it. Because, I mean, realistically, well, when I started, you didn't really have that issue. I've heard of that issue happening now that there's a lot of owner-operators getting into it. Companies don't want the damages, but I would say you're not gonna get asked that maybe twice, 3 times, depending on where you're hauling in and out of. I would say probably the second most challenging end of starting a car hauling business is going to be finding yourself equipment that, 1, you can afford. I don't know if you're going to come in with a brand new piece of equipment or you're going to have to find something used. But 1, finding something you can afford, but 2, finding something that's gonna last. The most expensive end of trucking, I don't care what anybody says, the most expensive end of trucking is downtime. No, it's not. It's not the repairs itself. I'll take a $10,000 repair done in a day and a half any day of the week over a $1,000 repair that takes 5 to 7 days to get completed. So I would say the actual repairs and downtime, the downtime is the most expensive end of trucking. So I would say that's probably the second most difficult thing to overcome, especially if you've never purchased a truck before. Because you don't know what you're looking for. I mean, I got super lucky. I will say, when I started, if I didn't get such a good truck for so little money, I mean, I literally bought a 4900 Series International 94. It was a 1994 4900 Series International tractor and a 3-car wedge trailer, all together for under $10,000. Because $10,000 is all I had to my name. Got it all for under $10,000 and had enough money to do the repairs and buy the tires that were needed and haul for the first week or two until money started coming in. Don't start like me, because for every one story like mine that you hear, I would say there's got to be 200 stories of people failing. So no, I did not start the right way. I really should have had more money. I probably should have taken that $10,000, still bought the same equipment. Looking back now, I probably should have taken that $10,000, taken a loan out, and used that $10,000 as running capital for the first month. Because when you first start out, you're not going to spend much in the very beginning, because in all likelihood, the first couple weeks, you're not going to have much work. It's going to take you a little while to get your feet wet, who to call, when to call. You'll call and stuff, and oh no, that's already been dispatched. You'll have a lot of that. But I would say the most challenging end of starting a car hauling company is budgeting. Making sure you have enough money to get through the hiccups that are going to happen in the beginning. In all likelihood, if you started like me, you're going to screw your credit up. You're going to miss payments on your personal vehicle. You're going to miss mortgage payments. Things will get turned on and off in the beginning. It sucks, because if you're anything like me, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. I still make them. To this day, I still make mistakes. I look back at the end of the week and go, why the heck did I think that that was going to work? So there's your budgeting of your money. You're going to see a lot of money come in. Big checks. Bigger than you've ever seen in your life, most likely. I'm not saying everybody, but most likely. If you're coming like me, coming from a job where I was making $400 a week to seeing $2,500, $3,500 checks coming in twice a week, you're going to think you're rolling in the dough, and you're really not. Like I said in my last vlog, it's amazing how fast money will leave you. So budget your money. Take your monthly expenses, divide them by 4 in the very beginning, and at least that way you have your guaranteed expenses. I would say on average you're going to be looking per month around $2,000 a month for insurance. You're going to be looking about $8,000 a month in fuel. You're going to be looking, I usually estimate $1,000 miscellaneous, which is like your cell phone bills, cable, internet, any little things that you don't really think of on a day-to-day basis. I figure $1,000 a month, so $250 a week. If you have a truck payment, that could be $4,000 to $5,000 a month. So you're looking $1,000 to $1,500 or $1,000 to $1,200 a week in a truck payment, you're going to want to budget for around, I would say around $1,000 to $2,000 a month for repairs. Not that you will have those repairs every month, but a lot of times you'll go 2 months without a repair and then you'll get a $5,000-$6,000 repair. So just budget for it. That money right there goes into also buying you tires, oil changes, brakes, all that kind of stuff. Plus also an overhaul on the motor, which a lot of these newer motors, you're looking the better part of $30,000, $35,000. If you lose a transmission, you could be looking anywhere between $3,000 and $4,500, depending on what transmission you have. All that kind of stuff. So I know I'm missing something here. We got insurance, truck payment, payroll. Figure in the beginning, I know a lot of people will say, oh, you shouldn't be hauling cars if you're not making $2,000 a week. You're right, you probably should, but you're not going to make $2,000 a week starting out. So you need to be able to live off of, I would say, if you're hauling a 10-car unit like mine, you're going to need to be able to live off of $800 to $1,000 a week in a paycheck. That includes your taxes. You're not going to make much in the beginning. Your first year and a half is going to be save, because you have some big bills. You have your taxes and everything else that comes along with it. So in the beginning, your first year, run a very lean trucking company. Use every app that is out there possible to save you money, whether it's getting specific credit cards that give 3% cash back on fuel purchases. Use them. I mean, everything you can possibly get helps. App that I like to use is Get Upside. I will have a link to it down below. If you use that app and you put my access code in, it'll give you 15 cents a gallon back on your first purchase, on top of whatever the fuel station offers you. I don't only fuel up at truck stops. I do a lot of fueling at specific gas stations that might have truck pumps, as long as they look like they're fairly decent. If they look pretty run down, you don't want to get LG in your tanks. But if they look fairly decent, I get fuel at them. There's many times where I'm saving 20 cents a gallon off of pump price using that app. And there's also a lot of times, like the one I fuel at in South Carolina, I'll even give the address here. Let me look up my GPS real quick. They are an awesome little fuel station. It is a Shell fuel station. It's a truck stop. It's got truck parking, and they got like 9 or 10 truck pumps. It is in Norrie, South Carolina. It's on I-26. Address is 3883 Cross Anchor Road. That fuel station, I just fueled up at yesterday on my way down here, and that specific fuel station was $2.49 a gallon minus 20 cents through the app. So I saved 20 cents a gallon on the app, and they are almost 50 cents cheaper than the Pilot just down the road. Nothing against the Pilot, but like I said, when you start out, you need to run a lean operation. Me, to stay lean, I personally always like the used trucks. I like stuff that I can pay with cash. Am I right? Am I wrong? Yes. I'm both. Because people that buy brand new trucks, they are right doing that. And they are also wrong doing that. And buying used trucks, those people are right and those people are wrong. So there's no specific way of running your operation, but the biggest tip I could give is run it lean. Don't get into this thinking you're going to be a millionaire, and don't get into this thinking you're going to make any more than you would make hauling for a company, being a company driver. In all likelihood, you're not. You're going to make the same or less money being out on your own than you would being a company driver. But for me, I'm not out here to make $1 million. I'm out here to support my family. I don't care that I'm probably making less than most company drivers, or at least I would say the bottom 40% of company drivers. I don't care that I'm making less than them. I like the freedom of being able to, now I'm going to be home to see my son go to his first day of second grade. That's very important to me. I'm not out here trying to run for 6-7 months at a time. Family is much more important than my trucking company. And if tomorrow morning my wife gave me the ultimatum of get rid of my trucking company, come off the road, or they're gone, my company's gone. I will give everything up to keep my family together. I don't care. My wife knows that. So, but like I said, I'm going to finish off here with, guys, stay lean. And by staying lean, save as much as you can. Any money you can save, reinvest it. Whether it's back into your company to grow the company, or whether it's through an app like I like to use. I've talked about it a couple times, Robinhood. You can just very simply buy a diversified, what is it called? A diversified portfolio of dividend-paying stocks. So once a quarter, you're going to get a check from your dividends. You can do something like that, and then your money's for the most part only like 2 or 3 days away from being back into your bank if needed. So you can turn around and put that money in there, let it make you money when you don't need it. When you do need it, sell the stock, pull that money back, it'll transfer it right back into your bank account, and you can use it when needed. Also use the app that I was talking about, Get Upside. Again, the links to both will be in the description below. One, let your money make you money. Two, save money on your fuel. I mean, use that Get Upside app, save money on your fuel purchase. If you have a cashback credit card, you're saving an extra couple percent right there. And then picking your fuel stops, you can save almost 10 to 15% right there over truck stops. So, guys, that's how I recommend starting a trucking company. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the link in the comments below. I'll do what I can to help answer. And guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you.